All right. So this is week 2, and we're going to be jumping into Tummo tonight. So I don't know if anyone here has done Tummo before. I think Judith, you have, but I'm going to start with a little bit of distinction on breathing as surrender. So breath comes from the Latin word spiritu, which literally means spirit. Um, in Hebrew, it's breath of God. In the Bible is referred to as like one of the most powerful words in the Bible. I've just learned this myself. It actually refers to it as like the Holy Spirit. So just to like look at it in that light, it really brings into like the power of just a conscious breath. Like we kind of overlook it so easily, but it's literally so freaking powerful if we use it in the right way. Like most of us don't. Most of us are just never even paid attention to it. Like literally breathing super shallow and not conscious at all, and just wasting this power that God has given us, literally the life that we are. So I like to see breath as a way of like purifying your mind, something that you can do all the time, like a walking meditation. You can literally be conscious of your breath all the time. And if you were literally conscious of every breath that you took throughout the day, you would be enlightened, right? I mean, if you'd be conscious the entire time. So it's just like a great way. It's like an anchor or a hook to like just hook yourself into reality, hook yourself into the now. Just constantly keep yourself like anchored in the moment through a breath. And there's so many beautiful breathing techniques to just keep yourself healthy and keep yourself just living your maximum life. Um, it's a great way to empty your cup as well. Um, when we get so in the thought process of our mind, so much in the thinking, storytelling of our mind, um, we can really block a lot of really important information out. A lot of things don't get in because we've already got ideas and concepts built around it. But literally, if we're just sitting there breathing, keeping our mind clear and free of useless bullshit, then we can literally let more good shit in, let more good information into our minds. So it's a great way to just keep your mind clear as well. It's also a great way to listen to people, listen to nature, listen to your own body, listen to people around you. Like it's a great way, once again, to just clear your mind and just be centered. Great way to ground yourself. It's also a great way to find peace. Like if you notice, you just start breathing calmly and intentionally, within minutes, you are back to a state of peace. Like the last week, the box breath, like that's a perfect example of just a way to like take yourself out of fight or flight mode, out of a stressful situation, and just literally breathe yourself back into a calm state again. So it's super powerful and super easy to do, and anyone can do it at any time. So it's like one thing that's never going to stop until the day we die, probably, is the thoughts in the mind. The mind's always going to be going. The ego's always going to be spitting out some shit. But once again, we're always going to be breathing to the day we die. So we always have that line back to the now, that hook back into the now, that anchor back into the now. So that's what I want you guys to start thinking about breathing like. It's breathe with intention. Breathe like your life depends on it, because it literally does. And you can literally live a healthier, more prosperous, happy, fuller, more peaceful life just by paying attention to your breath alone. It's incredibly powerful. So tonight we're going to get into that, and it's going to be a good one. But first, I want to tell you guys a little bit about how I found this breath work and why it became my immediate favorite. So I got into this breath work for basically for my surfing, because I wanted to feel more comfortable in big surf. And when you get hit by a big wave, it's like getting hit by a fucking train sometimes. Like there's so much energy involved. It's so violent. And obviously it can scare the shit out of you. So I wanted to be in a situation where I could be ready for situations like that and be complete confidence and calm inside while it's absolute mayhem around me. So that's how I got into it. And literally, like, probably the first couple of times I did it, I recognized like how powerful a meditative practice it was. It's like I'd been meditating for probably like 10 years up until that point, 8 years probably. But literally the first time I did it, I was able to reach like a state of like almost no mind for like 20 minutes, like a state it would take me, you know, almost 8 years to get to that place of like, usually I could, 5, 10 minutes, I could, kind of keep my mind at a calmer state and peace, but not very effectively at all. And literally the first time I did this was just like, whoa, it just like immediately knew like, this is what I've been looking for. This is what I've been missing. So like I use it now. I do my breath work as like priming myself for meditation. So I do my breath work first, and then when I go into a meditation, I feel like it's so much deeper, and I'm already just like grounded and connected and ready to go. So that's kind of why I really got hooked on it immediately. But then I started realizing I could like play with it and like um, I kind of like self-diagnosed myself as being a adrenaline junkie. Obviously, like I'd show up there almost every time to the beach at the same time, and regardless of what the waves were doing, I always had this like anxiety, like fear start welling up inside of me. Like it didn't matter if it was a beautiful sunny day or a foggy, overcast day. It didn't matter. If the waves are small or big, it didn't matter. It was like my body was like literally addicted to that time of day, those chemicals being released inside of my system. And I started recognizing this. I was like, okay, shit, that's a real thing. It's like, I don't really need that inside of me because, I mean, obviously, if I'm going to be, going taking on some surf, I need the adrenaline going so I could actually, perform at that level. But a lot of times, it's not going to help me in any way, shape, or form to be in a state of fear. So, obviously, I needed to do something about that. So I started realizing that this breath work, I could literally breathe myself through this fear state and put myself in a state of calm. And I'd do it before I paddle out. I'd just be like centered and just like, boom, ready to go. So it's like, I just started recognizing all these like PowerPoints about this breathing technique. And then like, I started figuring this all out, just like doing it. And then I got super interested in like the chemistry behind it and the actual scientific research that gone into it. It's like, why is this so powerful? Why is it working? And that's when like my head really just blew up because like I started researching it all. I'm like, oh my God, it's like freaking incredible. Like everything I was feeling and recognizing inside myself, like they've been doing studies on it and cataloging it all now and stuff. And it's just like, it all makes perfect sense now, but now I'm starting to understand why it's so good. So let's see here. So I use it to like the first part of the breathing technique actually activates the sympathetic nervous system, which is associated with fight or flight. And so you're literally like artificially activating fight or flight inside yourself. But the second part of the breathing technique, you're actually activating the parasympathetic nervous system. So it's kind of like the yin and yang. You get both aspects. You're sympathetic and parasympathetic. And parasympathetic is associated with rest and recovery, like digestion and stuff like that, and just like super grounding effects. So you're literally like artificially kicking off the fight or flight, and then you just go into the state of absolute calm. And what's happening inside your body is you're actually down regulating like inflammation and like fever and stuff like that. And then you're up regulating like white blood cell production and your ability to fight off immunities and things. So it's like that's what's happening inside your body. But like meditative levels, it's like you're literally getting the ego all riled up, and then you're just going, no, 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 no. I got control here. I'm in absolute calm. There's nowhere to go, nothing to do, just here, just now. And you just literally no air in your lungs, and you're just watching it, just watching the ego right there. I see you, I'm watching you. And just, it's, you'll see later when we get into it. It's pretty good. So that's how I kind of got introduced to it. And I recognized immediately that this was a powerful tool to meditate and to literally go through my fear, go through my demons, and like start really like getting aware of these unconscious feelings and thoughts inside of me and eliminating them and just like just cutting through it. So I found it once again at the actual perfect time. Like to distinguish a little bit more and talk about my dad's passing, because it really plays into that whole scenario when my dad died. So I've been doing it for a little while and just like recognizing how powerful it was. And then my dad got sick. He got sick with COVID, and he had to go into the hospital, the last 4 days or so. Like, so he got sick like 5 days, and like the last 4 days he went to the hospital. And I remember I was sitting on this cliff over this surf spot I just surfed. It was, ironically, it was the same place this lady committed suicide like a few years before. And I was sitting right there, just like my dad had just gotten put in the hospital, and it was Awaken Life Live going on. Noel was taking phone call, taking shares, and this is still at a point where I was so fucking terrified to speak in public. Like, it literally was the scariest fucking thing in the universe for me. And I remember like just pushing the button to speak, like my hand was shaking. It was like one of the first times I actually raised my hand to speak. And I had this just belief that love was the only thing that was going to save my father at this point in his stage of how sick he was. And I just felt like if I could just talk to this community where miracles were happening, then there would be some chance for him. But I had to face my fear. I had to like literally, I had to decide between love or fear that day. And I had to choose then. And I was, like I said, I was on that spot of like, I felt like I was jumping off a cliff right there. Like I felt like I was like that exact spot right then, right there where that lady committed suicide. But this time I was jumping, but I was doing it for love. I was doing it so my dad would live. And I pressed the button to raise my hand. And because the signal wasn't too good, like my hand would get dropped down again. And I press a button to raise it again, and it would get dropped down again. Like this happened like 10 times. So every single time I had to do it again, like face that fear. I'm pressing the button. I'm going to speak. I'm going to speak. I'm going to speak. And long story short, like I didn't have a good enough reception to actually speak. So my hands kept getting dropped. So I ended up calling the next day and got through. But that was kind of like, I felt like that was a moment where it was like I was tried right there. It was like I had to decide right then and there if I was going to live in fear or was going to live in love. And I decided love. I chose love. And so the next 4 days of my dad being in the hospital, me and my beautiful wife, we weren't allowed inside the hospital. So we just go down there to the parking spot closest to his room and just pray for him and just try and manifest a miracle. And I was doing this breath work every single day as often as I possibly could, because it was the thing that the tool that I'd found that had already brought so many situations and so many moments of love into my life. I felt like if I could just magnify and create as much love or let as much love out as I possibly could, that somehow that love would save him. So like literally every day, that's what I was doing, just doing this breath work and my meditation and just trying to send as much love and healing towards them as I possibly could. And and then the last day before he died, I got to see him one last time. Just like the doctor put his cell phone in front of him, and he obviously was unconscious, but I'm assuming he heard every word I said. And I just said, "Yeah, it looks like you're not going to make it." And don't worry, I'll take care of mom and just go home and be with God now. I love you. I love you so much. And just pouring it all out. I just wanted him to know that I just loved him so much. And like, and this meantime, this whole 4-day period where I'm just like doing everything I possibly can to just manifest as much love inside of myself as I can, I had to go inside of myself and find every single moment that I had I needed healing for, every single moment that he had failed me as a father, or anything that was going to inhibit my ability to generate love for him. I had to just get rid of all of it. Like I had to forgive him for everything. And I forgave myself for a lot of it too. It was just like a lot of forgiving and just a lot of loving happening. And the very last day, um, after I said goodbye to him on the phone, I did like a hour long Tummo sesh like this, and just absolutely fucking sent it. Like this was going to be like the last ditch effort to save his life. It was what I was looking at it, and it's just like I just gave it all for like an hour. And on the last breath, you exit all the air out of your lungs, and then you go into this state of just no air in your lungs and calm. And a lot of times that's when like some crazy spiritual stuff happens, that some crazy body sensations go on. And I'll never forget, like this beautiful vision of this infinite tree of light came into my mind, and it stretched from beginning of time to the end of time. And I knew immediately that was representative of all life in the universe. On this outstretched branch coming towards me with these little cluster of leaves. And I also knew that those leaves signified my family, and we were all there represented in these leaves. And my father's leaf, I looked at his leaf and it started to shrivel and it died and it dropped from the tree. But I looked back up to where it had fallen from, and this silhouette of the leaf was still there. And I knew that he hadn't died, that his true essence was love. It was that tree. Literally, that tree existed because he existed, and he was just an expression of its growth, and that it was all love and it was all connected. And it's just profound feeling of peace and love just like washed over me like a waterfall. Like I just started crying, and like it was just like one of the most, if not the most powerful moments of my life, where I just like I felt like I saw death and I saw infinity and I saw love and I saw purpose. I saw everything all at once. It just all made perfect fucking sense to me, like in that one instant. And and like all the sadness that was inside of me, all that pain that was inside of me was just like instantly gone and just returned into love and peace. And I realized later on when talking to Kirk about a couple weeks later that what had happened was all the breathing I was doing, I was surrendering to the moment because I had to. I mean, literally every breath was a surrender, like I was talking about earlier. But I had no choice because I knew my dad was dying, and I was just completely emptying my mind with my breathing. My mind didn't have the option of formulating a story about the moment, what was happening. It didn't have the ability to fabricate or to be sad. It was literally like I was so intensely breathing that the mind was emptying. It was just emptying for an hour, just becoming cleaner and clearer and more of an open cup to just let love show me something else. Let love give me a different vision of what this was, of this moment that was happening. And I realized that's what was happening. It was me surrendering through my breath that allowed something more beautiful, more powerful to come through that has completely changed my life. Like from that moment, like I feel like I died with him that night in a way. Like I felt like I had like a near death experience in a way. And I mean, I obviously still have a fear of death. Like I don't want to die, but I'm not like scared of it anymore. And yeah, I mean, it's hard to put into words what the experience, but it was extremely powerful. And this breath work, the way it the way it can be used with intention, things like this can happen, I believe. I think that if it can be used as kind of, I've had a lot of breakthroughs with it, where like if I've had like a if I've had something that I'm really working on and I'm really done with it and I'm surrendering to it, and I do a breath work, a lot of times I'll just get just a little boom, just a download of some really good stuff. It just like just crushes it. So it's obviously not um it's it's not going to take the place of doing like the breakthroughs that they do here at the village, but it's definitely it's a powerful practice in its own right. Because I mean I've seen what it's done in my life, so it's super powerful stuff. Um, so I'm going to talk a little bit about the what's actually happening inside your body now when you're doing this breath work. So you kind of like once again, so you know what's happening inside your body, and you're envisioning it, you're seeing it. That gives it more power. So like I said before, like I kind of consider the breath work like the yin and yang, because it's activating your autonomic nervous system. Like autonomic literally means automatic system, right? Like up until a few years ago, doctors and scientists thought that the autonomic nervous system, like we couldn't hack into it, like it was something completely out of our control. It turns out this breath work, you can actually like hack into it and take control of your own physiology, your own immune system, your own parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous systems. Like you can literally become the control, you can take back control over your own body, your own health. Literally, it's incredible. So, um, so like I said before, actually, let me explain a little bit about the breath work. So if you've never done Tummo before, it's like 30, 40 like really big inhales and exhales, really big breaths. Like you don't necessarily do it fast, but the faster you do it, the more effect you get, and the more energetic you'll feel. The slower you do it, the more calming you'll feel. I recommend doing it faster so you get the more effects, and then you can kind of play with it later. But it's like 30 to 40 big inhales and exhales. And on the very last exhale, you blow all the air out of your lungs. And then you have a breath hold with no air in your lungs for anywhere from a minute to 4 or 5 minutes. Like you'll be amazed like how long you can actually hold your breath for. Like if you can only hold your breath for like half a minute or a minute right now with air in your lungs, by the time we're done doing this breath work, like literally the first time, you'll be holding your breath with no air in your lungs for like 2 minutes, easy. It's incredible. You're like hyper oxygen in your system and just like loading your blood cells full of oxygen. And you're actually creating more of immunity to carbon dioxide as well. So that's what it kind of looks like. So you do like those 30 or 40 breaths, big exhale, you'll hold that for about a minute or so. And then you do an inhale and you hold that for about 15 seconds. And then that completes one round. And then you usually do like 3 to 4 rounds of it. So, so like I said, when you're doing the breathing part, that's activating your sympathetic nervous system. It's activating your fight or flight system. And it's creating a lot of epinephrine, which is basically equivalent to adrenaline. I mean, your immune system, it is creating more blood or more white blood cells, and actually helping you with your immunity to pathogens and disease and things. And then when you go into the exhale, you're activating your parasympathetic nervous system. So it's your rest and recovery. So then it's just like, boom, you're going into just a state of just calm and let your body just recover from what you just did. And it's down regulating inflammation and really down rating body heat as well. So it's actually super good for like headaches or like sore joints, any type of ailment that you have with like swelling or anything like that. It's just like literally you can like heal yourself with this, especially if you like do it with like cold showers and stuff like that. We'll talk about that later, but that's like another just like super hack. So yeah, when you activate these two, um, nervous systems, the parasympathetic and the sympathetic, then the immune system get kicked in. So the innate immune system and the adaptive immune system. And that's what's causing all the drop in inflammation and creates more blood cells, white blood cells. So what was I here? I want to make sure I get you guys all the good information before we get going into it. So it's going to take about 15 to 20 minutes for the breath work. So looks like we got plenty of time. Oh yeah, so they did a study where they injected uh, a couple a group of people, like I think it was like 10 people didn't get the breath work and the other 10 did get it. So they had a control group and then like a group that they actually taught this breathing technique to. And they injected them with like an endotoxin, with basically just like something that would cause like fever-like symptoms. And literally just breathing, all the people that got the breath work didn't get sick at all, while the other 10 people all got sick. And this is just like revolutionized science. Like they're freaking out. They don't know, they didn't realize you could actually do this, but just literally just like breathing this way and knowing, intentionally knowing what you're doing with your breath, you're activating your immune system. You can actually go in and just fight shit off. So so let's see here. Just a second, I kind of lost my place. Yeah, so when I'm doing this breath work, I like to see it as a way to basically like you're standing at the lair of the dragon's lair and you're fucking screaming down the cave, wake up. I'm here to fight. Let's go. Like literally you're facing down the ego. Like it's kind of like a warrior's, I see it kind of like a warrior's challenge, just but a warrior of love. Where like you can use it to face down the ego every day. Like I have this mantra I say, I die a death a day until the darkness goes away to stay. You are activating the fight or flight, you're getting the ego kind of riled up, and then you just like you're cutting it off. Like, nope, this is peacetime now. So that's kind of like the intention I like to do it with. It's just like know that you're going to be activating things inside of you, especially like when you start to have the need to breathe, like the reptilian brain will start kicking in. Like you say, I gotta breathe, I'm gonna die, I gotta breathe, I'm gonna die. Just let that be the face of the ego. Just watch it, just look at it. Because once you start feeling that urge to breathe, you still have like another 30 seconds you can stand. And it's actually super good for you because you're building immunity to carbon dioxide as well. So it's like the further you can go into it, the better. So when we get into this breathing, I'm going to start breathing with you guys, kind of just get you on and the rhythm of it, and then I'll start just counting you through it. And like I said, we'll do like 30, 35 breaths, and then I'll tell you guys when to exhale, and then I'll have a timer and everything. We'll probably start with like 45 seconds and go up to like a minute, and then like a minute and a half, and then we'll see how we feel. If you feel like you need to breathe before then, go ahead and breathe, but just hold your breath in your lungs until I tell you to exhale. But I recommend trying to push yourself. The more you push yourself, the more effects you're going to feel. So we'll start with we got a little bit of time, so maybe we'll do 4 rounds so you guys can really get a good sense of it. All right. So oh, Bianca, go ahead.
I just have some questions about the way you do it. Do you like sit up, lay down, keep your eyes closed,
Yep.
close
I
your
was just
eyes?
going to go into that. Yep.
Okay, cool, cool.
So you yeah, sitting down's fine. Laying down's probably preferable, but obviously for the first time, I do it a lot sitting up. So ideally, you want to breathe in through your diaphragm first, so in your stomach, and then up into your lungs, then exhale, and then let your chest fall, and then your diaphragm again. So it's like a wave. It's like a circular motion. So it's going to take a little while to get comfortable with that. but that's the way you want to do it. It takes practice like anything. You don't want to do this in water. You don't want to do this driving because you can actually like lose consciousness sometimes if you're really going for it. So be aware of when and where you're doing it. Preferably laying down. I recommend laying down, especially the first couple of times you do it, so you can really like put your hand on your belly and really feel how your diaphragm's expanding, and then your chest, like so you can get that motion of the wave going until it just becomes second nature for you. That's the best way to do it. Some books say it's better to breathe through your nose, but it doesn't really matter. I don't think if you breathe through your mouth, breathe with pierced lips, because you actually when you breathe through your nose, it creates pressure, as pressurizes your breathing and actually gets into your lungs better. So if you breathe with pierced lips, it actually pressurizes it and gets into your lungs better. So you're getting more oxygen quicker. So see, is anything else? Anybody else have any more questions or feeling ready to go? Okay, cool. So like I said, I'm going to start off, get you guys kind of setting the tone. I'll breathe like 10 times and then I'll count you guys off. Okay, here we go. And close your eyes too for the full effect. You want to be feeling everything you possibly can. It's all about internalizing and feeling and maximizing your internal state. Big inhales, big exhales. All the way in, all the way out. All the way in, all the way out. Do as big inhales and big exhales as you possibly can. You're going for it now, like everything you got, much as you can, in and out. If you don't feel comfortable going fast, you can go a bit slower, but make sure you're taking big inhales and big exhales. It's all about volume. The more volume, the better. You're hyperoxygenating your system right now. There you go. You're doing great. Just concentrate on big, beautiful breaths in and out. Like a wave, into the diaphragm, into the belly, up into the lungs, and out. Breathing in peace, breathing in love, exhaling anxiety, exhaling stress. In with the good, out with the bad. Each breath, you're purifying your mind. Beautiful, conscious breath you're taking. Your body's loving what you're doing for it. Okay, 10 more. You guys are doing great. In and out. Okay, 5 more. Three more. Okay, last one. And on this exhale, blow all the air out of your lungs. Every last drop of it, blow it all out. You don't need it where you're going. All right. The 45-second breath hold from now on. Just be aware of your body. Be aware of any sensations you're feeling, your heartbeat. Just be aware, whatever sensations you can feel. It's a state of calm. Recover your breath in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And big inhale, and hold it, hold it. Good. And exhale. Okay, next round. Here we go. Right into it. Okay, that's the rhythm you want to be going for. Big inhales, big exhales. You're going for it now. Warrior's breath. Warrior of love. Big inhales, big exhales. Hyper oxygenating your lungs, hyper oxygenating your body. You are literally changing your chemistry right now. Entering into the autonomic nervous system, activating your immune system. This is receiving and self-care right here. This is loving yourself. This is giving yourself peace. This is giving yourself health. Doing great. Big inhales, big exhales. Out with stress, in with love. Out with anxiety, in with peace. Beautiful. Love is breathing you right now. Doing great. Big inhales, big exhales. Make it circular. Okay, 10 more. Let's really give these last 10 it all. Give it all. You're literally making yourself healthier with every breath you're taking. 5 more. Make these last count. 3 more. Here we go. 2. Last one. All right, blow all the air out of your lungs, every last drop of it. And 1 minute breath hold from now on. Just notice any sensations you feel inside your body, maybe some tingling in your fingers, your toes. Maybe your body temperature is changing a little bit. Just whatever you feel, just go into it fully. Just set the mind on a shelf. You don't need your mind now. Just fully feel. Just be in this moment. Feel the peace. Feel the calm of this moment. This is the life that you are. Recovery breath in 10 seconds. You guys are doing great. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Big inhale. And hold it. Hold it. Just feel these sensations. Just enjoy this moment. And exhale. Blow it all out. Okay, here we go. Next round. Big inhales, big exhales. Just breathe it in, breathe it out. In with oxygen, out with CO2. Out with anxiety, out with stress, in with peace, in with love. Every breath you're taking, you're becoming more present, more one with the now. The now is your essence. It is who you are. this life, this love. It is who you are. This breath of purifying your mind. Use this breath to set your mind on the shelf. Surrender to this moment. Just be this breath in and out. Be one with it. You guys are doing great. Ten more. You guys are doing awesome. Make this last 10 count. All the way in, all the way out. Make it circular. 5 more. Okay, last one. Blow it all out. Every last drop of it. You don't need it where you're going. Get rid of it. All of it, all out. Okay. 1 minute, 15-second breath hold from now on. Just feel. Be aware of this moment. The sensations in your body. Be aware of your heart beating. Sensations in your body. Tingling sensations. Feeling of spaciousness, of emptiness. This is the life that you are. Just let the relaxation just flow down throughout your body. Just fully relax. Just be in this moment. Okay, recovery breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Big inhale and hold it. Hold it. Enjoy this feeling. Enjoy this love, this life that you are. And exhale. Okay, last round. Here we go. Let's make this one really count. Big inhales, big exhales. Make it circular. All the way in, all the way out. All the way in, all the way out. Like a wave. Make it circular. Your body loves what you're doing for it right now. You're gifting your body with health, peace, with love, with your conscious attention. It loves what you're doing for it right now. Know that, see that, feel that, be that. You guys are doing awesome. You're literally making yourself healthier right now, becoming more conscious with every breath, blowing the ego further away from you with every exhale, purifying your mind with your conscious breath, this surrendered breath you're taking. Okay, 10 more. Doing great. Let's make this last 10 count. Like a symphony, just last big finale, big hurrah. Here we go. 5 more. Doing awesome. The last one. Blow it all out. Every last drop of it. Don't need it where you're going. Just feel, just be in this moment. Feel the spaciousness, emptiness, peace, love, life, the life that you are, conscious presence, master of your life, master of your destiny, master of your body. Just relax into this moment. Relax all your muscles. Just be. You guys are doing great. 30 more seconds. Recovery breath in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, big inhale, and hold it, hold it. Enjoy that sensation. And when you're ready, exhale. Just enjoy this moment. Just be in this moment. No need to speak. Keep your eyes closed and just enjoy it. Powerful stuff, huh? How was that? Anybody want to share? Go for it, Bianca.
What was that called?
Tummo.
And how do you spell that?
Tummo.
T-U. I need to take a note. Hold on. I feel you just brought me home.
That's the idea.
I have something to share with you in the context of what that means for me and what it means like to be home as the child that lives inside of me. Today, we did like this group meditation in the pool, and I had this moment of remembering how much I love the water and how much I just, as a kid, loved being underwater. And you just reminded me of, and I know why, like the feeling now is I felt like I could, like when I was underwater, I just felt like I imagined I was a mermaid and I just felt like just at peace and in love and like I can hold my breath forever. Like I can, and in this experience, I had that happen where I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm underwater. I'm a mermaid again. I'm It was magical, and this is what I did before with this girl Reagan.
Uh-huh.
However, your story connected me to my breath today because of the like, your experience brought me, like, I had more of, like, a trust in you and, like, an understanding of what we're gonna do and why I should do it and the fruit that you got from it. Otherwise, I'm just listening to these breath masters that are just like, "Breath work is awesome. Let's just do this," but there's no connection to the teacher, to the
Yeah.
person. So I felt that with you today, Caleb. Like, I just see someone as the king of their thing. I think you're a great guide for this work, and I'm super grateful that I know you. And I remember that experience of you at Awaken Life Live. I was there in that share that you're talking about. So
Awesome. Oh, thank
I
you.
want more. I want to write this down. I didn't write it down still because I need, can you say it one more time?
Tummo, but it's actually Wim Hof is kind of the guy that's made it super famous. So
Uh-huh.
that what we just did was like the Wim Hof version. There are two different kinds of Tummo. We did the Wim Hof version, but
Hmm.
I have a messenger feed going with everyone in the class. So what I'll do, I'll put you on the messenger feed as well as Alejandra, and I'll put all these exercises on there so you can stuff you can do at your leisure, kind of toy with it and kind of see what you like, how you want to do it, and like descriptions of like medical descriptions and stuff too. So
I'm
that way,
interested in the techniques because I've wanted, like, I don't know what books to read about this stuff. There's so many. Like, if you have any recommendations, I
yep,
feel
that's
great about that. And I think you're just the messenger through the book. Like, I don't even need to read the book because you're just like, here's the book.
I'll
And I'm like,
definitely read the book because there's so many amazing tidbits and stuff in there. Like the book that really like changed my life is Breathe. It's also in the messenger feed. I don't know if
okay,
you've heard
great.
of that one before, but it's got all the goods in there. And it's like it's super easy read, really easy to digest. Like he's literally just like talking about how he's finding these breath works, the breath breathing techniques, and like the stories of like all the incredible things they've cured, and then like at the back of the book's just got like a recipe list of just all these breathing techniques. So it's just
Awesome.
like you have asthma, okay, do this breathing technique. You have anxiety, use this technique. You want to talk to God, use this technique. You want to trip DMT, use this technique. Like so many
Wow.
cool things. Like it's all just like there's so much power inside of ourselves. It's literally just breathing.
That's another thing too. I was so afraid to be in there with my eyes closed. I wanted to open my eyes the whole time, but then I was
Uh-huh.
like, no, like I can do this. I can hold my breath. I can be in there longer. And I broke some limiting beliefs that like my teeth are so sensitive, I can't breathe in air. I just did that. Like the air got warmer. It didn't like it just yeah, there's no room for that shit in your head when you're
That's
it
it.
like I know breath work is a magical thing, but this really solidified it and I'm grateful to like I don't know.
Awesome.
I just feel grateful. So thank you.
So awesome. Me too. Stoked you got so much out of it. Yeah, it's like that's it. You guys just like because you surrendered through your breathing to the moment to what was happening, and then your mind had no room to make up a bunch of bullshit. Like you literally just became the superpower that you are. Um, sorry, I just got a call there. Um, something else I wanted to say. Oh yeah, like this is like this breathing technique. Like monks use this technique to literally dry wet towels on their back, wet sheets on their back in the snow. Like you like this Wim Hof guy, like he's got like 33 world records now. Like he's hiked Mount Everest in his board shorts. like wrap your head around that, like negative like 20 degrees in your board shorts. Like he's regulating his body temperature with his breathing. Like it's incredibly powerful. Like if you could just get the mind out of the way and just let your body do what your body is capable of doing, it's yeah, it's incredible. The sky is the limit. Yeah. So anybody else got anything they want to share? Oh, that's right. One thing.
Yeah.
You guys just held your breath there for 2 minutes. That last one. Yeah. And I bet you could have gone longer too, huh?
I don't know about that, but
Yeah, we right
my
on the coast there.
breathing has always been my challenge since very young age. I used to compete swimming and breathing. It was terrible. And so I today by doing, I haven't done any of this before, right? Always kind of been afraid of doing it. I don't know why. Maybe there is a link with my mom's story.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, with the breathing. So anyway, but today I felt like I was feeling this tension in my belly, right? But at the end, the last one, I start crying. You know, it was like a release of whatever I had to release, and just
Wow.
tears start coming. And I know the power of this. I know
Yeah.
that I have to stop resisting to do the work. You know, for some reason I need to do more
Yeah.
digging into that. I know the power because I could feel it. But thank you, Khaled, because if it wasn't for you, I will still be in resistance and say, nope, that's not for me.
Well, I got a little something for you. Would you like it?
Yeah, yes.
So every single time I do this breath work, my mind just not want to do it. Like it's literally a fight to do it every single time I do it. Like my ego fucking hates it. And that's why I had to make that pact with myself, because I would cop out. I wouldn't do it. And every time I do it, I get so much from it. I just knew I had to do this every day. It's like, because you're just constantly chipping away at all those unconscious beliefs inside of you. And what I really like about it is it really just like breaks it down into like a really just like primordial, just really obvious ego thing, where it's just like so obvious, like what I can't breathe, or what was yours, Bianca? Like my something about your teeth. Yeah, your teeth. And it's just like you
Either
just
sensitive
yeah, your
to the
teeth are
cold, to the
sensitive.
air.
Yeah, to the air and stuff like that. It's just like these just bullshit beliefs that we have become just so apparent and so obvious. We're like, what? What do you mean I can't hold my breath long enough? Or what do you mean my teeth are sensitive? Like just like, nah, nah, fucking I got this. And you just fucking you breathe right through it.
No, it's amazing. And it happens to you too, that feel crying, because
Oh
I
yeah.
feel just crying.
Oh man, like I probably every other time I shed a tear. Like I've just had these crazy just downloads and just like like overwhelming just like feelings of love and peace, where it's just like I just start crying, just like for no reason, like not even a thought in my head, just like wow, this feels so good. I'm just like in bliss. Bianca?
I have three things really fast. The first time I did this, I was very emotional. I was in a group of people in like person, and it was very vulnerable to breathe, making noise out loud in and out of my mouth and
Mm-hmm.
nose. I was shaking, like it's a release. It's like a, and there was a bunch of
Yeah.
people around me also crying and breaking down and stuff. So I find that, why we would resist that. The second one is, when you do this by yourself, do you time it like with a time? How do you know you're getting 40 breaths in and out? Like, are you counting? Are
Um,
you
Sometimes I'll do it just kind of I'll count it. Um, and just kind of go like my maximum amount of breath hold I can do without time or anything. But I also like just doing like the apps, like Wim Hof's got a couple of apps where, yeah, it's guided like I just did, and he's got like the timers and everything, so it makes it really easy, and it's got nice music, and you can just fully go into it. So that's usually what I do.
okay? That's been a resistance for me. Like, I don't want to, like, I don't know how to do it. Like,
Right, right,
I don't know how to fucking
yeah.
breathe. So, and then
Well,
the third is Costa Rica's got some waves, and now I know your story. You're all about the surf. So, what are you doing?
Yeah, no, I got to get down there, right? Yesterday, Clyde.
Yeah, that's it. And thank you again.
Awesome. Cheers. All right. Anybody else? You guys feeling pretty complete? Sweet.
I can share. I really wasn't the first begin. I have asthma, and I don't like to claim that. So, but
Mhm.
I've been challenged with it, and so the rapid breathing got my lungs going, and
Okay.
so then I couldn't hold my breath at the bottom one. You know, like with it all out, I couldn't do it very long, and I mean I could hold it when we took the breath in, but not the other way around. So I'm looking for, is that James guy, the book that you were
James
talking about?
Nestor?
I'm looking for, I have it ordered through the library. So I'm gonna get it and try to work on so I can do it.
Perfect. Yeah, he's got a couple
Break through
breathing
all
techniques
this.
in there just for asthma, actually.
Mhm.
So they're
Okay.
maybe we'll even incorporate one of those into one of our coming up sessions here. Maybe we'll do that too.
That'd be
I haven't
nice.
I haven't done that breathing technique, but I want to check it out. So I'll do the homework first, and then I'll come back to you guys, and we'll go into it.
That's good. Okay.
I have
Thank
one
you.
more thing. Are you done? Sorry, Mariah. Are
Yeah,
you?
so thank you.
Okay. How long did we hold our breath each round? Did it increase or was it the same?
Yeah, so the first round was 45 seconds, then it was
Uh-huh.
a minute 15 seconds, and then I did a minute and a half, and the last one was 2 minutes.
45, 115, 130, 2 minutes. Okay, got it. Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay.
Awesome. Yeah, and I'll put that all in the messenger link too for you guys, the messenger post. So I'll add both you guys onto it. And cool. You guys gonna be back next week? It's gonna be a good one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
gotta
awesome.
keep reading.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
If you don't mind, I think I just want to ask Alejandra, are you living in Costa Rica?
No, but I'm going. I'm living in freaking Twin Falls, Idaho. Okay, I'm in Potato City, but I'm gonna be there in February.
All month or?
I'm gonna go for I'm gonna go a couple of days before the ALL, and I'm gonna stay 2 days after, and I'm gonna just feel and then make decisions.
Awesome.
Okay. And Bianca, are you there or have you been there?
Yes, I live here.
He lives
Okay.
in the village.
Great, because I'm going to Costa Rica the end of February into March, and I'm hoping to get to the village too. So I just have to figure out how to make it happen because I've been moving cross country back and forth for 2 years, and so I'm trying to. I have been kind of disconnected. So anyway, connecting back.
Mariah, are you going to the village when you go to Costa Rica?
That was my. I want to. I have to connect with them and find out how to do it, what to do, whatever.
Yeah, we
So,
got you. Just reach out and
all right.
we'll connect with you, okay?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay.
Thank you.
This was awesome. The group also is awesome. You know, when you're with people
You
that you
guys have
say,
been great.
this is good. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, Caleb.
Thank you guys. Made my night. So
Me too.
see you next week.
Yes.
All right. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Going to bed. Ciao.
Good night.